is how we do it. This is how we do it. La, 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 la,
Biohazard container.
What's going on, guys? This is Devon with Gaming Progress, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing another video where I kind of just like have some gameplay playing in the background. This is some footage I captured with my new Elgato capture card of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and I'm going to be talking about a couple things that are going on in YouTube. Recently, we covered the whole Keemstar situation with the Armine team hacking major YouTubers, and the fact that Keemstar is then reporting on all of the drama that Armine team seems to be uncovering, and Keemstar being the only person to benefit from it, and was there a possible connection, and stuff like that. Regarding the whole Armine team thing, we haven't really seen as much activity from them recently. It seems to be their popularity is dying down. It could just be they're not as active now, or something else, but nothing really new to important to talk about on that. If there was, I would have made that top priority. But this first thing that I wanted to talk about today is probably something you've already heard about, but I wanted to kind of talk about it anyway and give my opinions on it. And the first thing we're going to talk about today in this video is Sony's attempt to trademark the term Let's Play. Now, as a lot of you know, when a big YouTuber does a long video series on something, or small YouTubers use this term too, they'll typically call it a Let's Play. Because it's not like a tutorial walkthrough or whatever. It's a Let's Play. You're not making the video an attempt to show the person how to play it or find this achievement or stuff like that. Those are different types of videos. The Let's Play is basically you're playing through it in the game's entirety, or until you feel that you're done with that video series, and you're playing it at your own pace, and some other people might come on and you might play it with them, stuff like that, if it's a multiplayer game that supports it. But basically that's what the term Let's Play is. It's you're playing a game on YouTube for people to watch you play. I think some people even will get the game and play it along at a pace that they're watching the videos. I've done that before. I did that with Alien Isolation, actually. Well, no, actually it wasn't Alien Isolation. It was, what was it? Outlast, yeah. I watched Markiplier play Outlast, and as he was playing it, I was playing through it, and it was helpful, it was beneficial, and it didn't really take away from the jump scare-ness, really, because I paced myself pretty well. But anyway, we don't really have a real reason as to why Sony attempted to trademark the term Let's Play, but it was rejected from the patent office. The claim was rejected for apparently being similar to an existing trademark of a company called Let's Play, L-E-T-Z Play. So it was obviously Sony's attempt to kind of get in on this whole thing here, this game here, because YouTube, Twitch, they're becoming more and more influential in the gaming industry. The big YouTubers, the big Twitchers are becoming more influential, basically because, in a way, it's either free publicity / advertisement, or some of the really big YouTubers will actually get paid to play certain games, and that's what we call paid promotion. It does happen with big YouTubers, and that's not even really a big deal as long as they properly disclose that the video that they did on it was paid promotion. If you do a paid promotional video and you don't disclose it, then you're gonna get in trouble, because the internet will find out about it, and you're not in the right for doing that because you have to disclose these things. But anyway, we don't really know why Sony. We don't have a direct reason as to why they attempted to trademark it, but speculating is that because Sony is trying to focus more on digital distribution of gameplay videos in an attempt to compete with Twitch and YouTube. You already see that the newer updates of the PlayStation dashboard have like the live the live section where you can go and watch people live streaming on YouTube, people live streaming on Twitch, people live streaming on whatever the fuck, Ustream, which a lot of people don't really use. Ustream isn't very popular. But you have that section on the PlayStation dashboard, and it's on the Xbox. You can find it on Xbox Live as well. But I mean, Sony seems to be trying to do more to get YouTubers to kind of cater to their system, to kind of come over to their system and play games on their system and make videos on their system. A video I'm planning on doing in the future is a video discussing which is easier to be a YouTuber on, PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. And I'm not going to really spoil it for you because I want to cover that more in depth in that video. But Sony is implementing a lot of things that help you, just like Microsoft in some ways are putting their own things in that help you. So the YouTube, the digital distribution of gameplay videos has become a very big thing, which is really interesting because when it first started, a lot of people weren't really very supportive of it. I mean, like, company-wise, a lot of companies didn't really like it. Nintendo still has a very anti-YouTuber, anti-gamer stance when it comes to having Nintendo gameplay videos on YouTube channels. If you want to put Nintendo videos on a YouTube channel, generally you have to be an exclusive Nintendo channel. That means you can only post Nintendo videos, and then on top of that, they take a big cut of what you make if you want to monetize some videos. So it's not really beneficial to be a Nintendo YouTuber. That's why you don't really see them very often. I mean, you do have some channels that are exclusively dedicated to Nintendo videos and stuff, but they're not as common as PC-oriented Let's Play channels, console-oriented Let's Play channels like Xbox One, PS4. It's just not as common. So, it's interesting that Sony attempted to do this trademark. Wouldn't have been a good thing, because I mean that would have been, you would have basically had to kind of pay, just like with any other trademark things, you would have to pay to use that phrase or whatever. And it's all a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo that I'm sure I don't quite understand. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm looking at this article. I'm not going to link the article. I'm just going to kind of go through and read what some experts think that Sony was trying to do with the patent application. This first quote is from Sean Kane, partner of Interactive Entertainment Group at Frankfurt Kernet. And he says, "It would appear that Sony is looking to focus on more digital distribution of gameplay videos to compete with Twitch, YouTube, etc. Moreover, it may be looking to further develop its digital distribution business for other entertainment content." And this next quote comes from Ross A. Hirschman, attorney board member at IDGA Chicago. And this quote reads, "Sony is being proactive and progressive with this move. It's unclear to me to what extent they have a claim on Let's Play Mark, but Let's Play videos are the future of marketing video games and esports. Sony clearly wants to be an integral part of that culture," which is very true. It's like I said earlier in this segment of the video. People who do videos on video games, it can be very profitable, and it could be beneficial for the games themselves. Say you're watching your favorite YouTuber like PewDiePie, and he covers the Tom Clancy's The Division beta, and you watch it and you enjoy it. You're more likely to go pre-order the game to play the open beta or buy the full game or whatever. It's like the other day when I was watching a video by my buddy Jakester. He was playing Emily Wants to Play, which is a survival type horror game on Steam. It's only like $5, but I watched his video on it and it was enjoyable. And even though his audio quality kind of took a little turn down due to recording issues, it was still a very enjoyable video. which I will link in the description. And I was going through the comments on his video, and one of the people commented saying, I didn't think I would like this game, but now that Jake's played it, I think I'll give it a try. Which is very true. A lot of people do that, whether it's your favorite YouTuber or you just go look gameplay footage online or whatever. You generally, a lot of the smart gamers out there, and there are a lot of us, when they're interested in a game, they'll go watch somebody play it, whether it's got commentary or if it's just gameplay or whatever. That's generally how it goes. So, and then this last quote that I'm going to read to you is from Angelo Elkid, attorney, writer of Journal of Geek Law. Okay, then. I'm just going to read the quote here. I tend to advise restraint when the gaming community grabs their pitchforks and rise up against the latest vague trademark application by a large company. As much of the hostility against such fillings is often due to a misunderstanding of what trademark law is meant to accomplish. In this case, however, I am definitely fully on board the "this is a bad idea" bandwagon. Sony is trying to trademark the phrase "let's play" in connection with electronic transmission and streaming of video games via global and local computer networks, streaming of audio, visual, and audio-visual material via global and local computer networks. So basically, sharing and streaming gameplay video online, which is exactly the content in the phrase "let's play," has been commonly used in the gaming network for years now. Which is true. Like I said before, people have been posting videos of gameplay online pretty much ever since YouTube was a thing. YouTube was what kind of paved way for that after people got done posting random cat videos and other random videos. YouTube was a weird place in the beginning. Go look up some really old YouTube videos. It was weird back then. And there's still like a lot of hidden parts of YouTube that you can only find through certain means. But anyway, that's kind of what I want to talk about first here, and I'm going to take a break, so my audio will cut out for a split second, and then we'll be right back before we talk about the next part. So I just wanted to make this, I want to kind of finalize my opinion on this. If Sony had been successful in patenting the term "let's play," it would have been a big change for YouTube. A lot of YouTubers might kind of decide to call it quits, especially the smaller people, which is unfortunate because everybody starts out small and it's a gradual build to becoming big. It's like my pal Mundane Matt has told me, because we talk about this stuff. He started small and it took him several years to kind of get to where he is now, and he's almost he's nearing like 85,000 subscribers, but it didn't get there overnight. It took a lot of time, it took a lot of hard work, it took a lot of discovering what his audience liked and what his audience didn't like. And I feel that if Sony had patented the term "let's play," a lot of people who are small would have just given it up. They would have just called it quits because they wouldn't want to pay the royalties or whatever would have ended up happening if Sony had successfully patented the term "let's play." So the next topic we're going to be talking about here is something else YouTube related, and that's going to be the Matthew Santoro versus Nicole Arbor thing. So we're going to talk about that in just a moment here. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the whole Matthew Santoro versus Nicole Arbor thing. Now, if you don't know who these people are, Matthew Santoro is a YouTube personality. He's actually one of the larger YouTube personalities. He makes all these interesting top 10 videos on YouTube, top 10 times the internet was hacked in awesome ways or shit like that. And Nicole Arbor was Matthew Santoro's girlfriend for a time. And she is also a YouTuber who does kind of, I guess, comedy videos, satirical videos, you could say. basically what she does is she does videos on topics and says things that a lot of people wouldn't say. Some of her more popular videos have been Dear Fat People, Dear Feminists, Dear Black People, stuff like that. And she does have, I will give her the fact that she does have she's kind of ballsy in a lot of the stuff she says. I don't agree with all of the stuff she says, but she is ballsy in it. But after a while, they were going out for a while, and some stuff happened, and they broke up. And then, of course, here comes Keemstar to make a video talking about the whole thing and kind of explode the drama. Which Keemstar, I will say this because I've seen the Keemstar video that he talks about Nicole Arbor abusing Matt, and I've seen Matthew Santoro's video talking about his side of the story. I've seen Nicole Arbor's 2 videos, the one she put up her side of the story, and then the one she put up saying, "Oh, let's take a polygraph test to prove that I'm not lying," even though polygraph tests are inadmissible in court, but the internet will think it's okay. And apparently she's been bragged about the fact that she's beaten a polygraph test before, and she wants to take one to prove she's innocent. But and I've even I watched another video by a really interesting YouTuber who I hadn't actually heard about before called Grade A Under, and I'll have links to all these videos in the description as well. Grade A Under, very interesting stuff. I gotta say, if you happen to be watching this, good video. And in his video is actually another video by Nicole Arbor, basically, in which she was done. It was a video from before their breakup, like their first breakup, and then they get back together. In that video, a video she made and then took down, she basically contradicted everything else she said in her side of the whole recent breakup between them. Now, I've watched all these videos. I think that neither side is really going to be 100%, and I don't really 100% disbelieve either side or 100% believe either side, and I'll tell you why. Because when these sorts of things happen, it always ends up being this he said, she said bullshit. The same thing happened with Yami Mash versus that the one girl he was talking to, whoever or whatever, who was underage. It always ends up whenever one or two famous or semi-famous, whatever, people are involved, it always ends up a he said, she said kind of thing. Now, I think judging by Matthew Santoro's video that he was abused. I don't know how sorry about this Nicole actually is, because in her video that you can find in Grade A Under's video from before, she seemed really sorry and apologetic, and then these more recent videos she's been doing, she's been more of attacking Matt than trying to apologize and make amends, and she's been making jokes about it on Twitter and stuff. But see, the thing is, and a lot of people who jump the gun on all of this stuff, and people have jumped the gun on both sides of this, when you're angry or when you're hurt or you tend to lash out at people, and that's a real thing that happens. I'm not saying she's doing that. I'm not saying she's not doing that, but sometimes when people are hurt, emotionally hurt, they get real defensive, they attack other people, stuff like that. And it's not something that you can apologize on behalf of them for, but you, at the same time, you have to understand that there's a reason behind why they're doing it. So I don't really know who is being more honest with the YouTube audience, but I will say this. One thing Nicole got right in her video is there is a lot of drama kind of being inserted into all of this, and that is thanks to, once again, Keemstar. But it's not just Keemstar, it's two fan bases that are kind of divided between each other now, because before there wasn't a division, but now there is. And you kind of have to kind of put aside your personal preferences for Nicole or Matthew Santoro or Keemstar or whatever, and you kind of just have to try and see as much of the fact that has been presented. And this may be something like with Yami Mash, where we never really get the whole story. There might not be some conclusion to this, but there comes a time where you have to just kind of realize that this is the internet and stuff happens, and after a while you have to let it go. And this isn't defending either side, because I think shit happened on both sides. I don't know what, but something happened on both sides. Because if you look at, and I don't even really know who was to blame, but if you look at Matthew Santoro's My Side of the video, or My Side of the Story video, you can tell that he went through a lot. You can tell that he really had, he had actual feelings and about Nicole, and he actually cared about her and stuff like that. And if you look at her video that's in Grady Anders' video, or you can go to Daily Motion. I don't have the Daily Motion link to that as well, as long as it's still up. You can tell that she didn't want the relationship to end either. But something could have changed, and we don't know what has changed. What changed to kind of go from a defensive stance to an aggressive stance, whether it was the fact that they finally broke up for good, or the fact that this has kind of become public now, or what. But in the end, the online war that's going on between these two people's fan bases isn't really accomplishing anything. All the mean tweets being sent to Matthew Santoro saying, "Oh, he's a man, he deserved it, blah blah blah, yada yada yada," and that's bullshit. All the tweets and comments being sent to Nicole Arbor telling her to take her channel down and kill herself and blah blah blah, that's bullshit too. Okay, we live in a society where everybody thinks they can go on an internet mob for anybody they want. And maybe recent things are to blame for that. Maybe the internet has gotten to a point where it's kind of just too crazy, where people jump the gun too much. But the point is, no, regardless of whatever happened between these two, the whole treating them shittily or giving them all the love and admiration in the world, neither of which is really helping. It's not going to solve anything between them. It's unfortunate what happened, and it's really unfortunate that Matthew Santoro was abused, which is what I believe. I believe that he was abused. I don't know why or to what extent, but that's what I believe. But it's unfortunate because it's created this schism in YouTube between these two personalities, audiences, and that's never good. And it may shape things in a bigger perspective in YouTube as things go on. But in the end, all I'm trying to say is you can dislike Nicole Arbor, you can dislike Matthew Santoro, but at the same time, don't be as shitty as Nicole has been acting. Don't be shitty, period, really, okay? You don't just, I mean, you can dislike them, you can dislike what either one of them is doing or whatever, but you gotta be respectful about it. You can't just go into the comments or Twitter section and be like, "I hate you, I hope you kill yourself, and I hope you take the Keemstar guy with you." No, that's not right, okay? But I wanted to talk about that. And I have one more YouTube related thing that I want to talk about, and then that'll be it for this video. So I'm gonna be right back once again, and I'll probably actually just cut these in between segments out. Okay, so this last thing I wanted to talk about, I wanted to end this video on a somewhat positive note, because the whole Nicole Arbor versus Matthew Santoro thing isn't a really positive thing. Actually, it's not a positive thing at all, and I wanted to end this video on a positive note, so I saved this thing for the last. As you all probably have heard about this as well, because, well, I'm a little late on the whole news thing, but I wanted to kind of talk about all these topics at once. YouTube network Maker Studios has decided to help Felix Kildberger, your fucking PewDiePie, start his own network. He's at 41 million subscribers apparently, and he decided, and the Maker Studios and PewDiePie came together to announce the formation of Revel Mode, a new video network helmed by the PewDiePie guy, who's an iconic Swedish star, I guess. But anyway, PewDiePie is starting his own network, basically, under Maker Studios, which is again owned by Disney. Maker Studios also owns Polaris. So apparently he's been wanting to start a network through his entire YouTube career. And he's been with a network through his entire YouTube career. I'm sorry. And networks, he thinks, are something that's positive, and it's gonna start at a select group of broadcasters, obviously. So it's gonna be like the big guys. It's gonna be PewDiePie. It's gonna be Markiplier. It's gonna be Jacksepticeye. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring Game Grumps on, because in case you guys missed it, little side note here: Game Grumps left Polaris Studios due to a change in the way Polaris Studios was operating, I guess. So Polaris and Game Grumps have parted ways. So he and PewDiePie, in the video he did about the Revel Mode, he says that he hopes in the future that you can be involved as well, and I think by you he means like a lot of the smaller YouTubers and stuff like that. Now this will be interesting, because this will be a YouTube network that'll be headed by more YouTubers directly. There are a couple other YouTubers out there who have their own networks. For example, one of my fellow YouTubers, the Broman, has his own network. If you guys want to check that out and you guys happen to be YouTubers, I'll have a link for that in the description below as well. I'm going to have a lot of links in the description, guys, so check that description. There'll be so many links. So the startup is backed up by Disney-owned Maker Studios. Obviously, this article that I'm kind of paraphrasing from goes on to say, and PewDiePie's been with Maker Studios for a long time, so they're gonna have a lot of resources, and it's gonna be interesting. The new studio supposedly will work on premium content, game development, philanthropic programs, commercial partnerships, and merchandise. So it's going to be a very interesting thing going forward. I think it's got a lot of potential. It might give smaller YouTubers the ability to finally do what they've wanted to do for a long time and work with some of the bigger YouTubers. And that's a really hard thing for small people to do, because small channels, it's very hard to get the attention of some of the bigger YouTube channels, unless you somehow meet some of the bigger YouTube channels and become friends with them. Then it's not really as much of a big deal. So anyway, that's really all I have for you guys today. I've given you a lot today, haven't I? I worked hard on this video. So hopefully, that being said, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and I want to hear all your comments on all the topics we covered below. Let me know about the Nicole Arbor versus Matthew Santoro. Do you think Matthew Santoro was abused? Do you think there's any truth to what Nicole Arbor said? Do you think she's a liar and that she's been totally exposed in Grade A Under's video, or Grade A Under A's video? Or do you think it's all just an elaborate hoax from Keemstar or whatever? I really want to know what you guys think down below. Let me know what you guys think about Sony's attempt to patent the term Let's Play. Do you think that would have really fucked over YouTubers, or do you think we deserve it, kind of like we deserve to be hacked or not hacked or whatever? And finally, let me know what you guys think about Maker Studios and PewDiePie coming together to start their own network. So, that being said, we've covered all the topics in today's video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please be sure to give it a thumbs up button, or hit the thumbs up button. I'd give it a thumbs up button, because it wouldn't work. Hit that thumbs up button, that'll work though. And if you guys happen to be new here, hit that subscribe button as well. Also, don't forget to check out our website, our Facebook page, and our Minecraft server, which we're still working the kinks out on. And we also have a Steam community and PlayStation community. So, that being said, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. This has been Devon with Gaming in Progress, and I will see you guys in the next video.
That one was the best. Anyways, I can imagine if you zoomed out that your guy would be the size of the